Gonstead versus full adjusting. What really is the difference? In this video, I'm going to tell you. My name is Dr. Story. I've been a chiropractor for over 24 years. I'm going to give you realistic advice based on my experience. I am what's called in chiropractic a technique junkie. So I like to learn different techniques. When I first got into chiropractic in school, because chiropractic school is 4 years, I really got into Gonstead, and the reason why is because of a couple reasons. The first is I learned it's one of the hardest methods to learn, and I said, bring it on, baby. I'm going to be the best that this chiropractic profession's ever seen, and thus give me the hardest thing to learn, and I'm going to be the best at it. That was kind of my attitude. Maybe naive, maybe egotistical, but that was my goal. So starting 28 years ago, I started my journey in learning Gonstead. Now, Gonstead is a full spine adjusting system. However, what you'll notice is when you see or come into my office, a Gonstead chiropractor is likely going to analyze the full spine, but the adjustments are very, very specific to one or two joints. And our goal as a Gonstead chiropractor is to essentially hit your problem in the bullseye. So we're not going to be adjusting every bone known to man. We're going to be adjusting the bullseye, where the problem comes from. And the concept in Gonstead is that most people have a lot of compensations that are causing pain, but there's very few subluxations, meaning the bullseye, the actual problem. So our method of analysis is very often I will look at people's posture. We may take an x-ray, we may use a nervoscope, we use palpation. I also use motion palpation. And all these procedures essentially give us clues as to where to narrow down the adjustment. My goal as a Gonstead chiropractor is to give one powerful adjustment in the right area with the right amount of pressure, with the right amount of finesse, and really make a dramatic change in the body. Now, that is not very impressive when you see it on a video because it doesn't look like much. On the flip side of the equation, many patients come in and request they want everything done. Now, what does this mean? This means, and you'll see this a lot in chiropractic, is the chiropractor will literally adjust every single joint in the spine. You hear lots of noise, it releases an endorphin release. It's very impressive to the patient. So usually you can tell you're seeing a full spine chiropractor by the fact that they're adjusting every single bone, number one. Number two, there's a thing called the flying seven, which typically a person will lie on their side, adjust one way, adjust the other, do a bunch of anteriorities, do the scissors move on both sides of the neck, and then do the neck. This is very common because what the chiropractor is doing is essentially adjusting everything, and the thought process is that if you have problems, if you hit everything, eventually you'll get it. I believe that's the decision-making process of that type of chiropractor. Now, which one is better? Of course, I have my biases. If I was a patient, and I am a patient, by the way, I get adjusted about once a month, I would like the chiropractor to analyze my body, and if something is moving well, leave it alone. You can't make anything that's moving well move better. So leave stuff alone that's working well, find the problems that I develop through my activities, and correct those. So that's my favorite way of being adjusted. I like to be adjusted in places where I need it, and I do not want to be adjusted in places where I don't need it. However, there is another type of clientele that likes to be adjusted. They like to hear that noise. That's what they enjoy. They want to hear noises coming out of their body in multiple places. So if that's the case, those patients would not like Gonstead's style of adjusting. So that's really the difference. Which one's better? It's really a matter of preference on your part. So I hope that answers that question. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'd be happy to answer them. And please share this on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I would greatly appreciate it.